In the village of Akaru, the baobab tree is not the only thing that wakes at night. Sometimes, when the moon is full, drums begin to beat from the forest. No one sees who plays them, but the person who hears their name inside the rhythm never sleeps again. 10 years after Chike disappeared, Akaru was peaceful again. Children played freely. Farmers returned to their land near the forest. The baobab tree stood quiet, too quiet. Then the drums started. Not every night, not loudly, just faint, deep, like a heartbeat under the earth. Only one person heard them clearly, Amara. Amara was 32, a widow, lived alone near the edge of the village. Her husband had died suddenly 2 years earlier. Fever, quick, unexplained. Since then, she had learned to survive alone. People said she was strong, but strength and loneliness often looked the same. The first night she heard the drums, she thought it was a dream. Boom, 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 boom. Slow, controlled, rhythmic. She woke up sweating. Then she heard it again. Boom. Her name, inside the rhythm. Amara. She sat upright in bed. Silence. The drums returned the next night, closer. Boom, boom, boom. Amara. This time she stepped outside. The village was asleep, but from the forest beyond the baobab tree, the sound continued. She walked toward it, just a few steps, then it stopped. The silence felt thicker than sound. The next morning she visited Elder Bako. He was older now, weaker, but his eyes were still sharp. "You hear it," he said before she spoke. Amara froze. "You are not the first," he continued. She swallowed. "What is it?" Bako exhaled slowly. "Long ago, before the pact with the tree, the forest belonged to something older." He leaned closer. "It does not take children. It takes grief." Amara frowned. "What does that mean?" "It calls those who are empty inside." Over the next week, the drums grew stronger. Amara stopped sleeping. She began hearing whispers during the day, soft, almost loving. "You are alone. You deserve more. You were wronged." The words felt comforting, dangerously comforting. One night, unable to resist, she followed the drums deep into the forest, past the baobab, further than anyone dared go. In a clearing, she saw them. Figures, tall, shadow-like, not fully human, standing in a circle. No faces, just movement. And in the center, a drum carved from dark wood, beating on its own. Boom, 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 boom. Each beat matched her heartbeat. One of the shadow figures stepped forward. Its voice sounded like wind through dry leaves.
"You are lonely.
She couldn't move.
We can give you back what you lost."
Her breath caught. "My husband?" she whispered. The drum beat faster. Yes. The forest shifted, and for a moment she saw him, her husband, standing behind the shadows, smiling, reaching for her. Her knees weakened. The voice continued. "All you must give is your place." She didn't understand. Then one of the shadows stepped into moonlight, and she saw its face. It was not a spirit, it was a person. A woman from the village who had gone missing years ago. Eyes hollow, skin grey, moving but not alive. Realization hit her like cold water. "They don't return the dead," she whispered. "They replace them." The drum stopped. Silence. The shadow voice deepened. "Grief makes space." Her husband's image reached for her again. Tears filled her eyes. She missed him. She missed laughter, warmth, touch. The forest leaned closer. "Stay," the voice whispered. "Belong." She took one step forward. Then she remembered Elder Bako's words. It takes grief. It doesn't attack strength. It feeds on emptiness. She straightened slowly. "You cannot have me," she said. The forest trembled. The shadows hissed. "You are already alone." Amara's voice shook, but she stood firm. "Yes," she said, "but I am still alive." She turned her back on her husband's image and walked away. The drums exploded in rage behind her. Boom, boom, boom. Then, nothing. The drums never returned. Amara began visiting widows in the village, sitting with them, talking, sharing meals. Slowly her loneliness changed. Not gone, but lighter. Elder Bako nodded when he heard. "The forest hunts silence," he said, "but it starves when people gather." In Akaru, the Baobab tree still stands, but the villagers fear something else now. Not the spirits, not the forest, but the quiet grief that grows inside a person when no one is watching. Because some demons do not live in trees. They live in loneliness, and they wait for you to believe you are alone.